Hi everyone, it's Charlene. I want to spend some time today on the rule or skill of expressing emotions. When we think about expressing emotions, we often think about just showing or expressing them in the world. But just showing our emotions in any way at any time without regard for context is not a skill. The skill is more than that. The skill of expressing emotions, which is the E in the ruler acronym, is about knowing how and when to show emotions. It's about strategically showing or not showing our emotions effectively or helpfully depending on the situation itself, the people in that situation, and our goals for that situation. There are many variables or factors that influence how we express our emotions in a skillful and intentional way. These influences are different from person to person. What you and I think of as appropriate might be different. That's why we don't think about there being a universally right or wrong way to express emotions. There are a lot of "it depends" factors that go into whether how we express our emotions is helpful in a particular situation. Part of our own self and social awareness is knowing about the many factors that may influence emotion expression. The first factor is individual differences. We're all different. We have different personalities and different comfort levels with expressing our emotions. Some people tend to feel more comfortable expressing more pleasant emotions. Some people tend to feel very comfortable smiling and laughing. And for other people, not so much. Some people are very comfortable in complaining or expressing exactly what isn't sitting right with them, while others are not comfortable speaking up in this way. So we vary from individual to individual in our comfort levels and our tendencies to express certain emotions. We also vary in terms of our personalities and our tendencies to experience certain emotions. Some people tend to be a little sunnier, and some people tend to be a little gloomier. If you're familiar with Winnie the Pooh, you'll recognize that some people are just naturally more of a Tigger, and some people are more of an Eeyore. Some are prone to anxiety like Rabbit, or generally content like Pooh. And of course, these experiences are going to inform how we express our emotions. The next factor that influences how we express our emotions is culture. Culture, that is where we grew up, the people who raised us, and the traditions and norms that are connected to our background. These all influence how we express our emotions. It's important to think about that in ourselves, but also in other people with whom we interact in our classrooms and schools, as well as our lives outside of school. Because this really influences the way people express their emotions, the way we express our emotions, and the ways that others perceive us expressing. Here, I'll mention the concept that we call display rules. Display rules are unspoken rules that tell us when, where, and how to express emotions. Due to display rules, people of different cultural backgrounds may be more or less inclined to show or hide emotions, or to show certain emotions and not others. The final factor we'll cover is social norms. These are often unspoken rules or expectations that are put on us within different contexts. The rules in our workplace, in our homes, and in our social environments tell us what feelings we maybe should or shouldn't express. They may also dictate how we should express a certain feeling. So if I'm feeling really disappointed, I'm probably going to express that differently at home than that same level of disappointment when I'm at work. I will probably express it differently with my husband, or small child, or my supervisor, or a close friend, or while running errands, or at a birthday party. So we have these rules for emotion expression that change from setting to setting. Both display rules and social norms are often unspoken and implicit, and very often we're expected to understand them in the context of our lives. This can lead to a lot of miscommunication or misinterpretation of intentions if we are not careful. Knowing that each of us has had a potentially different emotion expression education is a first step toward building both self and social awareness. So it's important to keep in mind how our individual differences, our cultural backgrounds, and the social norms of our different contexts affect how we express our emotions. This can help us express our emotions in more helpful ways. It can also help us interpret others' emotional expressions more accurately.